Viewer, Trump's latest regime change adventure in Venezuela has done something remarkable. It has energized India's opposition, not in horror or protest, which they reserve for their self-righteous statements, but in barely concealed fascination. As Donald Trump rolls up his sleeves and starts talking about who gets conquered next, including territories of a NATO partner like Greenland, the Congress party has suddenly discovered the sanctity of sovereignty. Veteran Congress leader and former Maharashtra CM Prithviraj Chavan even joked about whether Narendra Modi, the Indian PM, might be kidnapped next by Trump. Tongue-in-cheek, perhaps, but jokes have a habit of revealing what lies beneath, what your instincts are, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, especially when they come from such a seasoned political hand. Because let us be honest, the Congress party, pretending to be outraged by regime change abroad, is a bit of a joke, frankly. This is a party that has spent years now soft peddling regime change right here at home, sometimes nudging it, sometimes hinting at it, sometimes openly yearning for it. Remember March 2023, not so long ago, Rahul Gandhi in the United Kingdom, in Cambridge, in London, on camera, wondering aloud where the EU and the United States were as India's democracy allegedly collapsed. The so-called defenders of democracy, he lamented, were nowhere to be seen. What was that if not a public appeal to foreign powers to intervene politically in India's internal affairs? I remember how the Congress very aggressively defended and said this was not an invitation to a foreign hand. But then please enlighten me what else that was meant to be. The angry, entitled cry of someone raised to believe he can enlist foreign help if elections don't go his way. That's what it was. Now, the BJP has long accused the Congress of flirting with this foreign hand, of courting figures like George Soros and his ecosystem, famous for pouring billions to represent vested interests in inconvenient governments, of hoping that global pressure, deep state impulses, or an international mood swing might succeed where elections have not. For the Congress party, it's almost like the regime change sapna is all that is left. It is all that remains now. Add to this the repeated foreign interest around protests here in India, like the farm law agitation and the CAA protests. Opposition leaders openly dreaming of Bangladesh-style revolutions and Nepal-style anarchy, fully aware that in those countries, foreign hands were not just interested observers in the violence, but active participants, culminating, for example, in the installation of Mohammad Yunus in Dhaka in 2024. So when Trump shifts regime change from planting seeds to sending helicopters into a sovereign country, from moral sermons to the Delta Force, do not be surprised that India's opposition is somehow feeling enthused and energized suddenly, because suddenly regime change is the flavor of the season and it seems more accessible than ever before. This is not so much about outrage as it is about opportunity. I can well imagine that some of you will be wondering, why is Shiv Aroor once again attacking the opposition on this issue? The answer to that is it's important to expose the dangerous duplicity of a core part of our democratic system, the opposition, which has normalized fantasizing and weaponizing a foreign hand. 2 weeks ago, Reuters, the world's largest news agency, ran a column titled "India Begins to Ponder Life After Narendra Modi." A completely speculative, rootless column, and yet it was pushed out because narrative matters, signals matter, everything is connected, the mahal and the mood has to be created. Everything is connected. Don't be fooled. The opposition can perform outrage over India's careful handling of a Trump spoiling for fights in every direction, but the truth is simpler, my friends. Tired of failing electorally, year after year, regime change is exactly what the opposition is now fantasizing about, and even they cannot deny it.
सवाल है कि क्या जो वेनेजुएला में हुआ इस तरह से कुछ होगा क्या भारत में? हमारे प्रधानमंत्री को किडनैप करके ट्रम्प साहब ले जाएंगे क्या? अब वही बात बची है बस।
इस प्रकार का घटिया ओछा बयान, मतलब कि एक व्यक्ति का विरोध करते करते देश के लोकतंत्र का विरोध, देश की नीतियों का विरोध, देश का विरोध करना और इस प्रकार की कामना, इस प्रकार की दुआ मांगना, मतलब सिंदूर में भारत की सेना का अपमान किया। ये वही व्यक्ति है जिन्होंने ऑपरेशन महादेव के नाम पर सवाल उठाए थे तो सनातन का अपमान किया, और अब भारत की स्टेट का अपमान। पर ये तो राहुल गांधी की लाइन है।
पृथ्वीराज चौहान की मानसिकता दिन प्रतिदिन गिरते जा रही है। वो राजनीति करते करते अब देश के विरोध में आ गए हैं। किसी की मजाल नहीं है पूरी दुनिया में जो भारत की तरफ आंख उठाकर देख ले। ये सरकारें आएंगी जाएंगी, पार्टियां रहेंगी, नेता रहेंगे जाएंगे, लेकिन यह देश का संविधान और लोकतंत्र इतना मजबूत है कि किसी माई के लाल में इतनी हिम्मत नहीं कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री या राष्ट्रपति को कोई उठा ले जाए।
Everyone in Venezuela is feeling that it is humiliating कि उनके कंट्री का जो हेड है वो जैसा भी था, डिक्टेटर था, जो भी था, लेकिन इज ह्यूमिलिएटिंग फॉर वेनेजुएला जो ट्रंप और अमेरिका ने उनके साथ किया। और आप चाहते हैं अपने देश में ऐसा हो? आपकी इतनी नफरत है मोदी जी के साथ, तो भगवान से प्रेयर करिए ना। अगर आप मोदी जी का बुरा चाहते हैं